and welcome back to Z.A.T.O. I love this world and everything in it. How you doing? The last time we were together, we found ourselves in the head of Asya Shubina, who I have to say is one of the more fascinating protagonists that we've run into in my time of doing playthroughs for the channel, and it's a mindset that is so weirdly disassociative, and the way that she's able to rationalize and justify the way that she's viewed and treated by others is just, it's very heavy. It is hard to read because it is hard to imagine the kind of abuse someone would have to go through to arrive in the mind state that she is in. And of course, we're also dealing with the disappearance of the person who's sort of indirectly helped her stand up to the people who have wronged her, Ira Gruchevskia. And we're kind of now delving into her past and how these two have met. And right now, it just kind of looks like a very one-sided, almost obsession, but it comes mostly from Asya just kind of latching on to any kindness being shown to her, because it's very clear that she is somebody that nobody has been very kind to. And in the midst of all that, there's this other girl, Marina, who seems to not want us to help with the investigation in an official capacity. But for now, we're still kind of diving into, I guess, the events that led to Ira's disappearance. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, to the library, or for a walk. And then, when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. I don't know that they joked around with you. I think the only way you were included in that is that you were being joked at. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes, and as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Again and again, walking and praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Oh, this bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. And she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she would see me like that. Oh, so I guess you got... It's probably like a game of truth or dare or something, and she got made to do something stupid. Though choosing truth when playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear, and so she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah, what's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, are you serious? Come on, have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun, right, Shubina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what? Gonna throw a chair at me? I mean, look, you are provoking somebody that has already proven that they are prone to violence against you. To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. She's going to pull out the gat. Here we go. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Huh? What the? Did she have a fucking knife in there? Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. Oh my god! Is that a compass? It's a bow compass. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. I think this woman's very serious. I don't know why this guy keeps poking the bear. She has already shown that she's willing to throw a chair at your big stupid head. And now she's literally attempted to stab you with a sharp implement. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people think she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. It can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times, and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying the same moment in my mind over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore, because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything that I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not enough. Again, this whole starved thing, this starved for validation, starving to just be seen. It makes sense. I don't think she's gonna go like full psycho obsessive or anything, but I think that this fixation on Ira is absolutely going to mess her up quite a bit. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, in the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she hadn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa! But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. My breath halted. Oh, hey. Hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. I never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, and it's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again? How many times can you buy into how many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? No. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes? Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. I think she's starting to realize I'm seeing you a little more. I'm seeing you a little more on, you know, just happenstance than maybe I should be. I think she kind of already has an idea that this girl's latching on. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? Well, it's a smoking area. Ah, yes. I know that. You want to try then? What? Smoking? Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Okay. I mean, you want to bond with her. I figured this is the best way you could, even though, you know, don't really condone it, but I feel like if you wanted to kind of maybe have a shot at having something in common with her, that would be your in if you're, you know, as obsessed as she seems to be right now. She shrugs. But awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just, and what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Where are you? Were you at the Institute? Yeah, something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh. You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Huh? I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way for her like that, it's really amazing. The thoughts of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard. But it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. Uh-oh. We've gone, I do believe we've gone level 5. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't take that long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Huh. Okay, so she's maybe lying about bringing lunch to her mom, and she has a reason to be at the Institute? Ira walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. Your pit bull then? Pit bull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around the chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. I think we're friends? Well, not really. But it looks like they've picked up on it. On Ira reacting to be being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure, it's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira couldn't possibly be meeting minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn. Good point. Phew. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah? To a relative or something? What? No. Oh man, now that you say that? Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. And how Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. Arrgh! That can't happen. No, it can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do that, then it'll all be over. If they do, then I won't. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. Man, this girl's got it bad, dude. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything I can do? A bird flies past the window. We keep coming back to that line. Ira. What? I'm really using up all of my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick to her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says that you'll get sent away, that your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stopped skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about all I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse, a selfish ploy to get some scraps at Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tasha moved away? Tasha, there she keeps coming up. It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least, I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice, right? She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yeah, you know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around? Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we're just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class in the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hit Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We were just playing a game, really. Please, don't get into any more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out to the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. If there is anybody in this cast that is absolutely not afraid of just stomping into the opposite gender's bathroom, we are dealing with that gal. Gah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira into the bathroom. Ugh, the smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please, be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pap. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along? I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Wow. Oh no. Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. Are you okay? Yeah, let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Don't know. I didn't see anything. But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. I see. Also, can I just say this game's got bangers? Holy crap, every tune that we've heard so far, from the high tension pieces like that to like the softer, airy piano pieces, has just been an absolute delight. I'm pretty sure it's all open source stuff as well. Plus, it had a really great intro theme for the opening video. So yeah, we got bangers here. Thank you again. How did you know it would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go all the way to the ladies' room? No, I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start instead of running around the whole school like it. No, you can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really, we were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life, I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't... Girl, it's gonna get worse. It's gone. We're progressing pretty far down this line of bullying. I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk. Oh, God. Man. At least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're just gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya, yeah? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine, but here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together, and yet I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Why? What kind of question is that? 'Cause I liked them. Oh, really? You liked them? You liked my poems? Why else would I ask? Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it about something, or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. All right. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, all right. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. Man, this is... I know I just keep saying the same thing over and over, but God, she is just so starved for any kind of positive reinforcement or affection or just anything that's not somebody making her feel like trash. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons. I went to the store, went to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at, I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I keep thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Kind of like how they keep hammering this little bit of narration home. It kind of keeps the game grounded in the mundane. You really do get even though we've not seen a lot of this world, you can really feel how suffocating it could be, how very samey that things could get over time. It's very neat. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Ah! Oh? Ira! Hi! What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh, so you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff you don't want to say? Oh, do you have a naughty book? Does she read naughty books and she doesn't want people to know she reads naughty books? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Camus? Camus? I am an uncultured swine. You were allowed to say that in the comments. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I mean, I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I think I'm siding with Ira here. I just think that I kind of feel like evil is inevitable in the world that we live in today, and I just don't know how you have a happier view on that. But then I must insist on being a pessimist. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I would call a dirtbag. Really? You wouldn't call Wadim a dirtbag? Are you serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Uh-huh. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? Again, I can't get on that. Again, maybe I'm just injecting too much of my own negativity here in what I see on a day-to-day basis, but not to say that I don't know a lot of very good people, because I am surrounded. Yeah, I have the fortune to be surrounded by a community of a lot of very loving and great people, but in terms of like the overall public, I think there are a lot of people that want to cause people pain very deliberately. They relish in that shit. Actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's just some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius, something from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil. Absolutely destroyed. That's a rather extreme example, but I mean, if you're gonna make your argument, that's a that's a pretty valid retort on what you're trying to pass here, ma'am. But it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it is kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Like everyone's good deep down? Like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose? That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Whoa. Even angrier. Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagined Ira throwing 100 chairs. I'm imagining this every time she's on screen. I'm imagining her throwing 100 chairs, trying to stab 100 Garens. It's great. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira's like... dozens of hands. Half are for holding furniture, half are for holding stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira is surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer, just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read, my impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. Ah, I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Sorry. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them. She nods in approval. Whew. Oh, and the books I read. They were, yes? Angelique. Eh? By Anna Golan. Angelique? The romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. God, I've only got all 150 of them in special hardbound editions. I've never read Angelique. I don't even know if they're referencing a real thing now, but I'm going to assume they are. I'm going to assume that's probably some Russian literature that I've never heard of. Because again, for those that aren't aware, I am an uncultured swine. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, all right. Okay. I'll remember that. I love her little smile. Every time she smiles just a little bit, it feels nice, but again, it kind of feels like she's also just always trying to appease everyone. So there's a lot of bitterness, even though it's a very cute smiling sprite. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See ya. Yes. See you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation, now that I think about it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. There is kind of like, it does seem like we're kind of building a friendship here, but again, there's so much more going on here than, you know, she's going to be leaving, obviously, and we already know that she disappears. So this is some fantastic build-up. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree, I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one lesson. She probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with you, Shubina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change? It's great to see, really. Yes, it is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Wadim. I'll do that. Huh. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today, I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of the place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking, but there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira, hi. Oh, Jesus, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked. It worked. It really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down on the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in the other. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer? Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why? Out here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Hang on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Huh? You spying on me now? What? No. I was just walking here. At a garage lot. Yes? She gives me a look of such contempt it sends a shiver down my spine. Yeah, I knew at some point this was probably going to seem kind of creepy. Why? I'm not lying, really. I always take these walks after school, and going the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here, or through the barracks, or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street or near the community center, but it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we'll clear everything up, and she won't think I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in silence. You know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is brighter, and you can see way into the tundra, and what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hoped she'd be here, like I hoped she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. But then she closes them, as if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out, or even just whatever, it's fine. But then she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Cold wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I like to have a snow hill form over me, too. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup on them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Well, something's obviously up with her. She was in no mood. And they pointed out that she just kind of seems exhausted. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? You think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. They're gonna have the older girls there too, right? The ones from grade 10? Oh, I bet Mishina will be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. That's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We've got grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Wadim? No way. He's kind of tired recently. Oh, really? Yeah. It's whatever though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All of the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. I do believe that at this point in time that, like, because I feel like Christmas would kind of be the touchstone if this were taking place anywhere else, but I think New Year's was kind of the bigger deal in the USSR, mostly because of the whole, you know, no religion thing, atheist government stuff. Should I remind her about that? It feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I wish I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again? What for? Did I really do something so wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. What about a poem? She did want a poem. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Then maybe a small gift. That might be weird though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with this spare change? Maybe a little treat will do? I made a waffle joke last episode. That's pretty funny. Why would she like a waffle? What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? Gah, I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I've got to try. Inhale. Exhale. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little bit better, the buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. It's been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. It closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh, and there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall and bare for now. Well, I like it as is. The way the snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. All right, I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly, then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I see walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out in an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my mind. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. That's just my opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though, judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes, thank God, no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it'll be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Mm-hmm. Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window and turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother? You run away from her, even though she has it so hard? So hard. You traitor, brat, ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. Whoa. Rough times at the Shibuya house. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I pick up the pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Ha ha. Nobody's ever said that to me before. Well, Tasha did. But that was years ago. That poem. The one that Garen read. Garen! I keep going to Garen because it's just, you read a lot of Japanese stuff and then you start getting hung up on the Japanese pronunciation. But I am pretty sure that's Garen. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? That's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно. Не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится. И пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
O damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly, do not tear your snow-white attire, and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, and the frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will still shine. Glad they gave I'm glad they gave a translation for that. I was about to pull my phone out and Google Lens that shit. God, it's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garen was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it, so maybe it's not all that bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ira's eyes. That's what I really need. She got so angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was in a bad mood because of me, but I definitely didn't help. Yeah, she seemed not, she didn't seem to be doing great. She definitely seems to kind of just want to be left alone. Sometimes people just need their space. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though, really want to do this today. I think I can do it. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she'll show up to school again. Bumping into her in the street is a tough bet, especially with the weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand this poem to Ira, then it will all be worth it. All right. That feels like as good a stopping point as any. So she's got her poem. Ira just seems to be all out of sorts. I got some butterflies about how this next meeting might go, because I have to imagine we were approaching the point in the story where Ira is about to go missing. So kind of imagine that I kind of imagine the next episode's going to be a whole lot of things going wrong, and I don't know where we go from there. But again, still genuinely enjoying this. It's being in this character's head is very fascinating to say the least. But that is going to do it for now. Thank you so much, as always, for your time, for stopping by. And I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever, wherever you are. And we will catch you back here next time. Bye.